Wanted to go over a little issue that I've been having with the Jeep and that most of us have after installing the 8-speed, and that is the remote start stops working. When I had the NAG 1 behind the 392, I had no issues with the remote start. It was only after installing the 8-speed. The main issue is with the actual transmission. That's because when you hit the remote start, the computer on the transmission doesn't have enough time to tell the Jeep computer that it's in neutral or in park. So what I've done is found a way to turn the TCM on first. That way the TCM has a chance to send the signal saying it's in park to the actual ECM. So I will show you quickly a mock-up of what I found and what I did to fix this problem. Right here we have a timed relay. So what's happening is it's a regular relay, wired like a regular relay, but when you trigger the relay, it will stay on using the battery power for a variable time. You can actually adjust it to 3 seconds all the way to 3 minutes. I will put a link in the description of this part. The first step to use this relay is to wire it up. So what you need is a battery power, 12-volt power. You need a ground. Then you need a trigger wire. What the trigger is going to do is turn this relay on, and then it's going to send power to the actual transmission computer. What I use for the trigger wire is the actual front blinkers, just because I had wires coming through for my extra lights that I have on the hardtop. But what others could do is you could tap in to the actual lock button. So right here is for the door lock. You could grab the power from the lock button. All it needs to do is send a quick trigger to actually turn this relay on. And then once this relay is on, it'll stay on for, let's say a minute. And in that minute, then you can hit the remote start button and turn on the Jeep. So I will give you a quick example. If I hit my lock buttons, which that's what I use to trigger the relay, you can see the relay turns on. I have a test light on here also so you can see it. So I have it on for about 7 seconds, and what that's doing is it's sending power from the relay all the way to the TCM. And then when the Jeep is actually running and let's say this relay turns off, I'm going to have it spliced into the original routing that we used to run our actual controller. So in order for me to start the Jeep, I first have to lock it, and then I can double tap the start button. I'm also going to be adding this 12-volt one-way diode. What that's going to do is make it so power can come from the ignition. This is the ignition wire to power the actual controller or the TCM. But it's going to prevent the power from coming from the relay and going back into the ignition. So it's only going to be allowing one way to turn on. Other options to tap into for the trigger wire, you could tap into the actual interior lights. So all you would do is unlock the Jeep first, the interior lights would turn on, and then it would trigger this relay to stay on for, let's say, a minute or whatever you set it to, and then in that time you can turn on the Jeep. This relay won't need the trigger power because it has a timer in here. That way it'll keep drawing power from the battery. It won't actually use the wire or the power from the trigger. So that's why you need this special timed relay. So I will finish wiring this up and we can all enjoy our remote start. Again, thanks for watching.